I have hit the recording.
That's why.
Wah, 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 wah. Also, I worry. So last episode I did cough, or I had a good cough moment, and I'm pretty sure I turned it down, but I had a nightmare that I turned the volume up.
Literally? Or?
I just don't know. I think I dreamed it, but then it was so real that I'm worried that actually happened. So if you do get around to it, just check for really high volumes at one point in the night.
Did you
and
like
just turn
wake
me
up
down.
in the middle of the night and be like, oh no?
Well, because I did it, and then, like, I imagined, because I was so worried that I was going to do incorrectly, it then stayed in my subconscious, and I have no... I mean, I could probably listen to my audio and see, but...
Nah. I got this.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario.
I do think I did it right, because when I'm looking at it right now, like, I turned it away from, like, you see the little, like, waveforms that it's like a green bar, and if you go too loud, it hits the, like... red or yellow. I turned it the opposite direction. So, I think I muted myself, but we'll see. Anyways, let's clap and find out.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Three. Okay, wait. 3, 2, 1.
And it's been 1 week since you laughed at me.
Oh, hey, I was doing the same joke.
Aww. Friendship. It's time.
It's been... Sorry.
If I had a real green dress, that's cruel.
All those Eric Bones.
I don't know that one.
Isn't that $500 million?
Is that the same one?
Just for the American audience listening, this is the Canadian band Bare Naked Ladies.
Fun fact, there are no bare naked ladies in the band.
Fun fact. It's all men. And they're all clothed. Most of it.
Yeah, except for when they're baptized.
Yeah. Didn't one get in trouble for something a long time ago?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Right.
I don't remember it, but, you know, it's a safe bet to say yes.
So, yeah, one of them, for sure.
I think it was, like, the guitarist, because I know they continued on to do stuff together, and I think the other band member just, like, they just faded him off into the distance.
I see.
But we're not here to talk about the Bare Naked Ladies.
Nope.
We're here to talk about this haunted Victorian child named Calvin Coolidge.
Pretty cool name.
Mm-hmm.
I heard that they call him Silent Cal.
They do indeed. And you know what? It's because he's a ghost. That's why. He's a goddamn haunted Victorian child. I think it's just the
like
round...
doll.
Yeah, it's the roundness of his head, I think. Because he has such
he's
thin
got
hair.
a big forehead and his hair slicked back.
So it's giving, like, child and not adult. I think that's why I see
He's
that.
got a very fair skin, it looks like, too. Could be trick of the film. But
Yeah, I mean, it also doesn't help that his image is in, like, sepia tone, right? So it's like, that's... When I see those spooky photos of Victorian children, I'm like, this is the same effect on it. But yes, Calvin Coolidge. He did a lot, but not at the same time.
good.
Like, it was kind of one of those, like, he didn't, like, not... How do I describe this? Like, he got shit done. It wasn't like, you know, world-changing, life-changing, you know, changing the game of politics. But he came, he, you know, got his job done, and then he left. So it's, like, not that it was bad. It just was, you know, regular. Like, he just... It should be celebrated that he did his job, I guess.
Good job, Cal.
Yeah. But he was president from 1923 to 1929. Serving as vice president with Harding just before. He was born in Vermont and started his career as a Republican lawyer and he climbed a lot of the politics and, I guess, political career. The crazy thing for me is I don't understand. I feel like if these jobs were Pokemon, it's like lawyer is the first evolution, and then you're a like mayor or statesman, and then a governor, and then a president.
Right.
But I just
He's
don't
like a
know how.
senator.
I don't know how lawyer turns into political. But I guess because if you're a political lawyer, that's how you get in there. I don't know. But that's
Maybe
my
the thing to remember though is Warren G. Harding was like he owned a newspaper, like that was his, and then I
Yeah.
think he was governor, but
yeah.
like
I guess
he
anyone
kinda
can
came
just
from a
say, "Hey,
different
let me
cloth.
be governor," and then
yeah.
if no
Well,
one says
I think
no,
you have to be voted for him.
that's true. I guess if that's the thing is no one says no, everyone says yes, and then you just do it. I guess that's
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
And also the States is crazy because like anyone can run for president. You just have to have people that back you.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's
Yeah,
that guy that runs
money.
for president and he has a boot on his head.
Yeah, is that American or
That's
UK?
American. No, it's
Oh, is it?
American. Every year.
Oh, I'm thinking the Buckethead guy.
But yeah,
That's
he,
the
he,
UK.
it's a rubber boot on his head, and he runs for president. I mean, so far he's run for president every single year. I'm not sure if he's still around. He was pretty old last I saw him. But it's no like now. Obviously, no one votes for him, and usually within the first like couple weeks, he's not in any of the debates because he has no votes or anything like that. But yeah. Well, okay, so Calvin's claim to fame, and I think why he ended up doing so well was during there was a police strike in Boston in 1919, which kind of pushed him into the spotlight. Here's the thing.
So he was a lawyer at this point, or he was governor?
No, I think he was, at this point, he would have been either a governor or a statesman in Massachusetts. I'm not sure, because he would have supported, he was governor at the time, that's why. He was governor of Massachusetts during the time of the strike, and then because of his involvement in that, everyone knew who he was. So then when he ran for vice president and president, they're like, oh, that's that guy from the strikes.
Mm-hmm.
I want to preface this, again, that I am a person who has usually somewhere between 1 to 2.5 brain cells after about 5-6 o'clock at night on a weekday. So sometimes when I read these things, when I'm read up on them facts, I don't. They use some big words that my brain doesn't understand sometimes.
Right.
So
Well,
I can't
that's
tell
why
if
you
he was
got me.
for. Yeah, I can't tell if he was for or against the strikes.
As lieutenant, well, I can check this.
I think it's against because so basically, the police went on strike because they wanted recognition for like a trade union. They wanted to improve their wages and stuff like that. As you do when you go on strike, you say, "Hey, our working conditions are shit. We're striking. Give it to us. Let's talk it out." But and there's
I'd probably say, just guessing, historically, presidents are usually against strikes.
yeah, but that's why I don't understand how. I guess here's the thing. I feel like I'm from a working class family. So like whenever when people say like, "Oh, they were against it," I don't know how they're popular. But I guess it's a bunch of rich people who are like, "Yeah, get them people back to work. Screw those strikes."
Mm-hmm. Here's what my AI model, Open Hermes, says. Calvin Coolidge was against the Boston police strike of 1919. The strike occurred during his tenure as the governor of Massachusetts and demonstrated his commitment to maintaining the law and order, as well as his stance on labor disputes. In September 1919, around 1,000 police officers in Boston went on strike, demanding better working conditions, higher pay, and shorter work hours. Governor Coolidge responded forcefully to the strike, believing that public safety should not be compromised due to labor disputes. He rejected the demands of the striking officers and instead hired replacement workers, including off-duty police officers from other cities and National Guard members, to maintain order in Boston.
Yeah, people died. There was like several nights of just like lawlessness and like rioting and I guess looting and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But the press described it as like they called the strikers deserters and agents of Lenin. Which I was like, Jesus, like they're just trying to get like what? And then the commissioner, when the strike was done, or at least when they were getting to the end of it, or not wanting to strike anymore, they refused to rehire any of the police officers that went on strike. And and Calvin supported him in that. Like, yeah, they screwed us, so don't hire them back. Yeah, I was like, okay.
I'm generally like pro union, but the one exception, like it's where it gets iffy for me, is police unions.
True. I feel like police, but I'd love to know what's the difference between the police union now versus 1919.
Yeah,
Like,
did they even have a union? Yeah, probably it was.
if they were, I think they
right?
wanted recognition for their trade union, so it's possible it wasn't a thing yet.
Oh, I see. So they wanted one.
They were probably fighting for it. But, like, we still had, like, child labor at this time. Like, there wasn't a lot of labor acts. So that's why I'm like, I don't get how, I don't know. I don't understand how he got reputation for, like, a national, I guess because just people thought that unions were bad. I'm the same with, I agree with you. Unions are good except for specific, and also, police. Hashtag yikes.
Yeah, that's like the one, that's like the worst case that
Yeah.
I've ever heard of a union going wrong.
Yeah.
Then
Anyways,
they can
but
beat up whoever.
after all that, a year later, he was elected as the vice president, and then succeeded Warren G. Harding to be the president. And he was rightfully elected in 1924 and gained a reputation of having a kind of small government conservative. He had a dry sense of humor, and again, they called him Silent Cal.
Mm-hmm.
He ran fiscal conservatism and a strong support for women's suffrage, and he vaguely opposed prohibition. So he was very much yeah, prohibition, we should do that. Didn't push on it, which is very interesting. So it's the women's suffrage is cool. He was yeah, let's get the women working, let's get the women's vote. And he also restored public confidence into the White House after many scandals of the Harding administration. Bracket Jerry question mark bracket. I think Harding was just having a bunch of orgies at the White House, and people didn't like it. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, this is interesting here. It says, although he was personally opposed to prohibition, he vetoed a bill in May 1920 that would have allowed the sale of beer or wine at 2.75% alcohol.
You stole my little note. No, it's good.
Okay, say
conversation. No, I think I like to do a little summary and then I'll go into details later. But that's
okay.
Well, I'll forget that you said that and I'll re-say it later.
Same with the audience. Forget I said that.
But that's what I'm saying, is that's why he was vaguely opposed to it. He was yeah, let's do that, but didn't he didn't actually fully believe it, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
He was going.
Or maybe he just liked harder beers.
Maybe. He's from Boston. Well, he's from Vermont, but still he's from Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he signed the Indian Citizens Act of 1924, which granted U.S. citizenship to all Native Americans.
About time.
Which is great. Because before, I think it was only granted to veterans or if you'd married someone who was a citizen, which was wild.
Mm-hmm.
He oversaw a period of rapid economic growth, known as the Roaring Twenties, so he kind of issued that in. And he left the office with considerable popularity as he left, though I think at one point, historians have gone back to say that it's so tough. It's not one person's fault when an economy crashes, but the Roaring Twenties was a crazy, jump off of the war. Everyone was partying and drinking and dancing, and it was, we're going to speakeasies. All you think about is the Great Gatsby and all those crazy parties. And obviously the Great Depression hit, where it's almost people went over above in their indulgencies, and then everything shit hit the fan. So they're oh, he kind of promoted that. So it's was that really the best decision? But it's I don't know. It was however many years ago. He was known as kind of a hands-off governor, or governing. He didn't really I guess lean over people's shoulders and be a little to the left, a little to the right. And he was very much pro-business. And a biographer, Claude Fuss, wrote, he embodied the spirit and hopes of the middle class. He could interpret their longings and express their opinions. That he did represent the genius of the average is the most convincing proof of his strength. Wow. Yeah. His first name's actually John.
What?
He's John
John
Calvin Coolidge Jr., but his father was John, so people always called him Calvin. So it's that classic case of, I don't know if you've ever had this life experience. I've had two friends who I've been gaslit by, who I thought were one name, and then I found years later that that's their middle name and not their real first name.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's like you just get introduced to them.
I know a few people like that. Yeah.
Yeah. But, like, it wasn't, like, I wasn't prepped. I was just got introduced, and then I was never corrected. And then I remember going to, like, a family event, and everyone just kept calling this person by their first name, and I was like, who are they talking about? Like, well, that's my real name. Like, what the? I've been bamboozled.
You went to a family event, and you didn't know their real name.
No, well, it was their family, not my family.
Mm-hmm.
So it was, like, a birthday, and so, like, I'll just make up a name. So I knew them as Bob, right?
Mm-hmm.
But their real first name was Joseph.
Yeah.
So then it was like a birthday event where all of their family was there, and everyone just kept calling them Joseph. And I've known this person for like 3 years, and I'm sitting there being like, why are they calling you Joseph? I was like, oh, that's my real first name. I'm like, what do you mean? We've been friends for like 3 years. You've never told me this? I haven't. Anyways, I
never came up.
Never came up. Anyways, John Calvin Coolidge is the only president to have been born on Independence Day.
Oh, cool.
It was destined for him to be president.
I always liked the fashions back in the 20s. I'm looking at a picture of him and Orrin Harding with two old ladies, and they got like mink furs and feather hats.
Yeah. The Roaring 20s. Yeah, the Roaring 20s is like a wild time. I love the women's hats that are like, they're kind of like bowler hats, but like they sink really far down, and the hairstyles are really fun too.
Mm-hmm. Everyone must have just been sweating so much all the time, all those coats.
Yes, though it probably wasn't. Well, I'm not sure if it would have been. It probably was wool.
And they're wearing like 20 minks in this picture I'm looking at.
True.
20 minks are in there.
Could have been a cold day. You never know. That wind chill.
True.
Calvin Coolidge had some like family history, and I think what's fun about us getting into the presidents, I feel like I've said it again, I'm a broken record.
Mm-hmm.
But now that we're getting to presidents who are a little bit more or we're in a country that's a bit more established, as you start to get a lot more history and like background on people. So his great-great-grandfather was also named John Coolidge. He was an American military officer in the Revolutionary War, and one of the first selectmen of the town of Plymouth. He was a descendant of Samuel Appleton, who settled in Ipswich and led the Massachusetts Bay Colony during King Philip's War. So he had some interesting family history of just like past generations already being in America and, fighting for the country that would become America.
Mm-hmm.
In 1903, Coolidge met Grace Goodhue, which would eventually be his wife. She was a graduate of the University of Vermont and a teacher in the Northampton's Clark School for the Deaf. So she supported a lot of deaf, I don't want to say legislation, but like advocation and taught for the deaf, which was really fun. And when they got married, they honeymooned in Montreal. Wow. And they had some poutine.
I'm trying to think. Went to the Butterfly Museum.
Yeah, and, saw the Saint Laurent.
Yeah, ate some Montreal smoked meat sandwiches.
Some poutine, and said, Salut, Toronto. Quebecois. The Coolidges had, I think they had 3 kids altogether, 2 of which who were sons. And I just thought this was an interesting little tidbit, mostly because I feel like anytime I see, like, film based around, like, the 1920s, and, like, it's just so, sometimes, I don't want to say silly, but just like medicine and like taking care of oneself. Like, anyways. So apparently, one of his kid Calvin Jr. loved to play tennis, and he played out in like the White House tennis courts, but without shoes. And he developed a blister on one of his toes, which then became sepsis, and he died.
What? From playing
Like,
tennis?
From playing tennis. Well, he got an infection.
Without wearing socks?
Without wearing socks, and like he was just running around and got a disease and died. Like, he just got an infection, which is just like, you just take antibiotics, but...
Sorry, who's this?
This is Calvin Coolidge's son, Calvin Jr.
Oh my goodness.
He died at the age of 16, and the president apparently never forgave himself for his death.
I should have told him to put on some socks.
But it's just some silly thing, right? It's like, when you think about kids running outside in bare feet, like, you just don't... Like, that sounds like a good thing. And then I feel like if you had a blister, and like, you probably shouldn't keep it clean, like, I don't know. Anyways, time. So it's a wibbly wobbly soup.
Mm-hmm. Oh, here's an interesting picture here. You're speaking about the Native American citizenship. Have you seen Killers of the Flower Moon yet? I know I mentioned it before, but I've watched it since, and it was
That's
a picture of him with the
one
Osage men.
with Da Vinci? Not Da Vinci, DiCaprio.
Yeah, DiCaprio. Yeah.
Da Vinci.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And Jesse Plemons.
Yeah, he's the FBI guy. Yeah, so like that movie's about the Osage County where they was owned, like the land is filled with oil. So they were very rich Native Americans, and so they had a lot of political influence.
I am 50-50 if I want to watch it.
It's incredibly long. It took me like four sittings to get through it.
I mean, it is Martin Scorsese. I'm not surprised.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I'd
I'm
watch
just always,
a condensed
I don't know.
version.
What I'm 50-50 on is just some of the reviews were very much, it was from like Leonardo DiCaprio's point of view, and not so much, the person who it really affected, which would have been Lily Gladstone's perspective.
Yeah, it's a really messed up story, to be honest. Like, this guy, like, I don't know. Do you mind if I spoil a little bit of it?
You can spoil it, 'cause I think I probably know already.
So Leonardo DiCaprio's character is like, he loves his wife, who's Native American, but he's also like, kind of killing her at the same time.
Yeah.
He's just like so easily manipulated by
the people who want the oil.
Yeah, but what's the guy's name?
Is it Jesse Plemons?
No, it's the guy who's a taxi driver.
DiCaprio. No, yeah, De Niro.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Da Vinci.
Leonardo.
Leonardo DiCaprio and Robert De Niro.
Robert De Niro, yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. So we're at 1924, sorry. Hey, wait, this is 100 years ago now. We're in the next century. We're a century away.
So that means we're going to start to get into presidents where, like, they could still be alive.
Maybe.
Or people who are kids.
Not for a while.
Or sorry, and what I meant to say was there are people who could be alive that remember that president is the sentence
true.
I said in my head, but I didn't say out loud. Lol.
Who's the current oldest like living president? Is it still Jimmy Carter, or did he die?
I have no idea. Who is?
I think Jimmy Carter's alive.
What prez is still living? That is oldest.
Whoa. Yeah, so Jimmy Carter's 99 years old.
Wow.
So he would have been born. Whoa! So he was born right now where we are in history. Jimmy Carter. Damn.
So is this the one that they keep putting up on the stand and then he just freezes, or is that somebody else?
That's Mitch McConnell, I think you're talking
Thank
about.
you.
No, Jimmy Carter was a Democrat. Well, we'll get there eventually, but
Jimmy Carter does not look good.
no, he's incredibly old. I'm surprised he's still alive.
That's crazy. Anyway, sorry, I started looking at pictures of Jimmy.
Oh yeah, I'm looking. I think I'm looking at the same picture you're looking at.
Yay,
What happened
yay.
to him?
Yay!
Did he
Thanks.
fall?
Possibly, or maybe he's just,
He got in a
old.
fight.
Sometimes your body just don't,
Sometimes your eyebrow falls off.
sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Cool, so now I'm gonna say some stuff. I'm really excited about the fun facts. I found some fun facts. And I successfully wrote down some history stuff, so you don't have to hear me click-clacking on my keyboard.
Whoa, so prepared.
I did very, bullet points for his kind of political career, because it was a lot, and it hurt my soul to, read. There was a lot of, big political words that I wasn't ready to digest. So 1906, Coolidge won the election for the Massachusetts House of Representatives. So that was his first, I guess, entry into the political world as he made his way up to become the president. In his freshman term there, he served on many minor committees. He usually voted with the party 9 times out of 10, but he was known as a progressive Republican. Obviously favoring for women's suffrages or civil rights, which is exciting. And he also voted for the direct election of senators, which I believe is the 17th Amendment, which I believe means you have to be voted in or hired. It has to be an election to become a senator, not just hi, I'm Jim Bob's son, and I am now the prince of senators, and I now am senator again.
I'm surprised that still happened.
Yeah, that was but this was before he became president. This is while he was in the Republican Party. So it would have, we may have touched upon it beforehand, and he was just a part of the party and voted towards it. Which is also kind of spooky to think about with some of the presidents that we have done already, the ones that we're now talking about probably would have worked with past presidents, right? Because there would have been a House representative or something like that.
Yeah, I know Chester A. Arthur's big thing was that, so maybe that's around the time.
Yeah. So it's not like he was the one that put it forward. He just was yeah, I like that. I vote for that, and I support it. Instead of vying for another term in the state house, Coolidge returned home to his growing family and ended up running for mayor in Northampton. Which is, he just kind of was mayor for a little bit. And then in 1911, he became a state senator for the Hampshire County. And then in 1912 is when he ran for a seat in the Democratic election, I believe, in the party, and he ran unopposed.
Oh, was he Democratic? Or was he Republican?
Yeah, well, I think he was Republican and he was a Democrat. I think he did a lot of bumping around. Yeah. Yeah. During the split, remember the whole split for Theodore Roosevelt and William Howard Taft? He was a part of the Massachusetts Republicans around that time. Coolidge favored the progressive measures, and I forget which side Roosevelt and Taft were on. But he refused to leave.
Roosevelt was kind of doing his own, an independent.
Yeah, he pulled people out and they made their own separate. Yeah, that's what it was. So Coolidge liked those ideas, but refused to leave the Republican Party. Because I think he was that's a bit too chaotic for me. He's I'm not gonna go that far. So I agree with what you're saying, but I gotta stick with the party I signed up with. Okay, sorry. Let me backtrack because I read that sentence incorrectly. He did not, Jesus. He did not, he wasn't a part of the Democratic Party. It just his opponent, I guess, during the election was he was unopposed.
Oh, I see. His opponent was unopposed?
It said Coolidge defeated his Democratic opponent by a large margin. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Thank you. Hey, I'm not here for a long time. I'm here for a good time, and you will learn nothing in these moments.
You gotta fact check us, the audience. Yeah. That's how you learn, is by saying, "Hey,
everyone, do your own research."
Yeah.
Just kidding.
No, I'm not gonna do your own research.
Do my research and then send it to me.
Yeah.
1913 session. Coolidge enjoyed renowned success in arduously navigating to. That doesn't make sense. That's not. I don't know what I typed. Anyways, he passed the Western Trolley Act, which connected Northampton with a dozen communities in the Western Massachusetts, just getting people around the state. When he became the governor of Massachusetts, that's where he ran unopposed. I was skipping ahead of my knowledge. And then by the time Coolidge was inaugurated on January 2nd, 1919, the First World War had ended, and Coolidge pushed the legislation to give a $100 bonus to all Massachusetts veterans. So when he became governor, anyone who came back from the war got $100, which equaled... So that's equivalent to like $1,600 now.
Mm-hmm.
As like a wee little bonus for thank you for saving us.
Putting your life on that. What percentage of Americans do you think fought in World War One?
I don't know, because they were only there for like a couple months, half a year maybe. Probably a decent amount.
Because I was wondering, like, did any of the presidents fight in World War One? It didn't look like that was the case, at least so far.
No.
But I mean, it just happened. So apparently, only 4 million men and women, 4.7. So
which is still a lot, but not compared to their population.
Yeah, I guess what was the population back then?
I'm gonna say 6 billion. 6 million? That's a lot of numbers.
So 4%. So that's not a lot, actually. 4% of the people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they came in quite, near the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think they put a lot more into the Second World War. That's for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yes, for sure. Because they had game in the... Oh, I'm trying to think of the same. Meat. They had skin in the game.
There it is.
I was going to say they had meat in the game, but...
They had meat on my name.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
That's right.
Maybe that's where the word gamey comes from.
For meat?
Yeah, meat in my game.
Maybe.
I'm just making shit up. Alright. Coolidge also signed a bill reducing work week for women and children from 44 hours
wonderful. Hey, Timmy, take a little day for yourself.
Yeah. So they just reduced the work week. And then he was quoted, "We must humanize the industry or the system will break down." But I just love, the reduction, wasn't that significant.
It was a 5-day work week now for kids?
Well, they were at 48. Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. I wrote from 44 hours to 48. But I think it's
probably the other way
swapped. I think it's the other way around because it's reducing. So
you're working summer hours now. You go home at lunch on Friday.
So he brought them down 4 hours and said, we gotta fix the industry, man.
Lord.
And then, we talked about the prohibition. He vetoed a bill in 1920 that would have allowed for the sale of beer or wine for specific percentages, as you said before.
Were you gonna make? Did you say you're gonna make a Pabst PBR joke or something?
No.
Oh. Well, I'll throw that joke in next. Insert your least favorite beer name here.
Least favorite beer? I don't know.
Coors Light, perhaps.
Probably Coors Light, yeah.
You're only allowed to drink Coors Light now. Thanks to the president.
Oh.
Well, not thanks to the president. Now you're allowed to have a Coors Light instead of nothing. So,
Well, I would just go to a speakeasy and have some moonshine.
yeah.
Go blind.
There we go.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
The
bee's
U.S.
knees.
Vice Presidency did not carry many official duties, but Coolidge was invited by President Harding to attend cabinet meetings, making him the first vice president to do so. I think going on from there, the vice presidents tend to take on more and more responsibilities than they did historically. And in my drama, telenovela brain, I think Harding invited Coolidge so that Harding and could go hang out with Jerry and he didn't have to do a lot of work.
Oh, yeah. I wonder
That's
if
just
Calvin
the-
knew
that's the-
about Jerry, do you think?
I think so.
Do you think Calvin ever met Jerry?
I don't think Calvin met Jerry, but I think Calvin heard about Jerry and was like really uncomfortable about it.
He's heard a lot of rumors about Jerry.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, I don't want to go to your party. I don't want to go to your late. I'm good. Just I'll do the president stuff. You go. There's no HR.
Oh, poor Calvin. Poor
Silent
Joseph.
Cal. So I do think the reason, well, I mean, it kind of says it. His wife was a bit more of a, like, they described her as vivacious.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was a bit more socially inept and was able to, like, talk to a lot more people. So by contrast, I think he just always looked a lot, like, seemed like he was a lot more of a quiet person. They say he was still, like, he was skilled and effective at public speaking, but when he was, like, just relaxing, he was very much quiet. Which my favorite person is usually the person, like, I like when someone has a joke and it's just for them. I love being able to sit next to a person who, like, just says a joke and then it's just, like, for you and the person who can, like, is an earshot of it. Because I find usually the most quiet people are usually the funniest because they just don't speak up loud enough for everybody to hear it. They're not doing it for the laugh. They're doing it just for the funny.
Mm-hmm. They're the people who I steal my jokes for and then I repeat them louder.
And you repeat them to me, and then you get at least three tells of the joke because I
and then
forget
it kills. Yeah.
You got it. Cool. So, August 2nd, 1923, President Harding, aka Jerry, died unexpectedly from a heart attack in San Francisco. Vice President Coolidge was in Vermont visiting family, which had no electricity nor telephone, so he received the message by a messenger of Harding's death.
Oh, really? Jeez. So
yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
long period without a president then?
Probably. I mean,
they have I think they had telegraphs, right? Yeah.
They had telegraphs, and, like, I'm sure there was a telephone within, like, an hour of wherever he was. They just had to get that messenger from there to him.
Right.
So I would say, I think the next day he ended up, I think it's what, he ended up going into the office and the next day. So it's like he still found out pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
The nation initially did not want to make Coolidge. The nation initially did not know what to make of Coolidge, just because I guess they didn't really know he'd been the vice president and a quiet dude for a lot of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And he, like, maintained this very low profile. And a lot of people, when he first took over as president, everyone expected him to just do that and then not do anything else. So by the time he ended up getting reelected to be president in 1924, it was a bit of a surprise, but, like, he put in the work, then that's why people kind of, like, not hired him, but I guess voted for him.
Mm-hmm.
And the signing of the Native Americans Act was, I think, a big part of that. Even though 2/3 of the nation were already citizens, having done it through marriage or military service, it was still nice to kind of put that recognition on everybody that of the people that lived in the nation. Excuse me. During his presidency, he ended up leaving at the administration's industrial policy in the hands of activist Secretary of Commerce Herbert Hoover, who's our future 31st president that you'll be doing next week. And Hoover energetically took on this business or industrial policy, and he developed a lot of airlines and radio during his time in that position.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll let you go more into that. All I know about Hoover is that he has a dam named after him.
Mm-hmm. I'm kind of interested to learn about, because this is the time where the Great Depression happens.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I do think, I don't know, I could be completely talking out of my ass, which happens 99.9% of the time. I do think Herbert Hoover was like he was definitely like an inventor, industry man. Like, I think he really was into like business efficiencies and like development, and like he could have, if the Depression didn't happen, who knows what he could have done. We could
have had time travel by now.
Could have been contenders, it's true. Maybe we do have time travel, we just don't remember.
Yeah, maybe we keep erasing our mind. I don't know. I don't know
the
how
butterfly
time travel
effect.
works. Yeah, exactly.
The most contentious issue during Coolidge's presidency was the relief for farmers. There was a lot of debate that he didn't really help them out a lot. There was a lot of farmers who were fighting failing agriculture prices and the federal government. There was like an attempt to create a bill that allowed the government to buy crops to then sell internationally, but it didn't really, like, no one was really interested in like helping. So that's his only kind of like, I guess, downside. He didn't really help the farmers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of biographers have described him as someone being devoid of racial prejudice. He didn't take the lead on civil rights, but he did support a lot of the bills that came through. He was on record of saying he disliked the Ku Klux Klan, which is 10 points to Gryffindor for saying that. And thankfully he had no Klansmen appointed for him on his staff, which I guess there have been presidents in the past who have done that, so #yikes on that one.
Interesting.
He called for laws to make lynching a federal crime. It was a state crime already, but not always enforced. It was kind of like, if it was a state crime, it was up to that state to enforce it or not. So he wanted to make a federal crime to then have any governors or statesmen to then, fess up to it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is interesting. Coolidge wasn't that interested in world affairs. He focused mainly on the American business. And he wanted to, like, maintain a status quo within the states, or within the U.S. And after Coolidge retired from being the president, he ended up living in a home up in Northampton, which he called the Beaches.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up publishing his own autobiography.
Spelled with 2 E's, right?
With 2 E's, yes. And he published his own autobiography in 1929, and he ended up writing in a newspaper, and he had a little column that was called Calvin Coolidge Says.
Is that a recurring thing, or just
I guess
Calvin
the way
Says?
it's like Ask Abby, where it's like people would go in and like ask questions and he would like respond to them, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
He just had a little article where he would just write his little diaries in.
Not so silent Cal anymore. Now he's
it's all
quite the chatterbox.
Words. Yeah. And he ended up dying at the age of 60 in 1933 in his retired home. And apparently just shortly before... I don't know how people get this information. Like, I guess he wrote a letter a couple days before he died, but I guess they said Coolidge confided to an old friend, "I feel I no longer fit with these times." And then he died not long after writing that, which, like, I don't know. I don't know how people find that shit, but,
Yeah. I mean, like, the world didn't change that much.
I know. Well...
no offense,
true.
Calvin.
Yeah. I mean, he was born in... When was he born?
Well, I guess it was the Industrial
1872.
Revolution.
So, like, from 1872 to 1933...
Yeah, true. I guess things have changed quite a bit, but not as much as they changed today.
No. But I mean, I guess too, it's like if you based off of him become president, that section of time was pretty short.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've reached my fun facts.
All right, hit me up. Hit me up with the facts.
Yes. Okay. So scholars have ranked Coolidge in the lower half of the U.S. presidents.
Really?
I don't know how they do it, but that's fine. Critics argue that he failed to use his country's economic boom to help the struggling farmers and workers in the other failing industries. And there's much debate among historians as to the extent to which Coolidge's economic policies contributed to the onset of the Great Depression. So saying that before, like, he, like, really much supported, like, let's go, money, but then, like, didn't really, like, I guess set up a basis or, like, a stable economy. It just kind of, like, blew up and then it crashed.
Mm-hmm.
Coolidge's own father swore him in. This moment had never transpired before. It has never been repeated. But he was sworn into the presidential office by his own father, also named John Calvin Coolidge. And the pair found themselves together while the younger Coolidge was visiting his father in Vermont. News arrived of Harding's sudden death, which promoted Coolidge Sr., a notary public, to swear his son in the middle of the night. So while he was in Vermont visiting family, he got the message that Harding had died. His dad was like, well, I'm a notary. You're not president. Amen. Which is kind of wild. And feels very like Game of Thrones to me, where it's like, ooh, the king's dead. I now swear you to be king. Long live the king. Coolidge rode a mechanical horse for exercise.
That'd be a sight to see.
He did a lot of horseback riding activities. But it was, the Secret Service was really concerned about having him just go ride a horse all the way around everywhere. They didn't, they'd have to keep up with him.
Mm-hmm.
So instead they installed a mechanical horse saddle in the White House.
Have you seen a picture of it?
I have not.
Do you want
I'm
me to
assuming
send
it
you
looks like an adult size. Yes, please. I'm assuming it's like an adult size, like, rocking horse, but apparently it, like, would mimic the bouncing of a horse and trotting. Mm-hmm. And he would ride it, like, 3 times a day.
Dang.
As his athletic activity.
Hold on, I'm Kevin. There we go.
Because remember, there's those like really old school rocking horses that had like springs instead of like. Oh my god!
It looks like it even has a place to put a quarter in it.
That's hilarious.
What did he hold on to?
I'm assuming the little hand stirrups at the front.
Oh right, that makes sense. Aww.
But still. Or the pole.
I can just picture him riding it. That's so funny.
I guess this is like I would love to know when the mechanical bull was invented, because I wonder if this used the similar, like, mechanics.
Yeah, did this, like, swing around? Did it try and...
buck him off?
Yeah.
That'd be so... I would feel so embarrassed if someone walked in with me alone in a room riding this, like, mechanical machine.
Have you ever rode a mechanical bull before?
I've ridden a mechanical bull before, but this is different.
Yes, this looks like next level.
This is different. Because it just looks like, I don't know. It's like, I'm not... My mother says I can't go outside for I may get a cold, so I must ride this fake horse so that I may experience life.
Oh, apparently... Does this have a name, this thing? Oh, no.
I mean, I just called it a mechanical horse, I guess.
Taiwikiwid Bay? Oh, no, never mind. That's just the blog it's on. Never mind.
That's funny. Yeah, it was for his exercise, believing it was beneficial to his health. It's like, okay.
Well, he died at 60, so jury's out on that.
I mean, the life expectancy was like, I think 55 at this point, so that's he got bonus 5 years, maybe.
All that rusty.
Coolidge was the first sitting president to visit Cuba, and until Barack Obama went there in 2016, he was the only president to have traveled there. Well, I guess while still in office. I guess there's been ex-presidents who have gone after.
Right.
And then my favorite... President. Say that again, sir?
Going as acting president, yeah.
As acting president, yeah, not just because you're going under the radar. Which I think has that, like, I don't know what you would call it. Like, because they're, like, Americans were banned from going to Cuba. Because I always remember they had to, like, fly to somewhere else and then fly into Cuba if they wanted to go. But I think that's since been removed.
Who put that? And was that like?
Well, it was something to do with, like, it was like like Cuba and the States just don't get along.
Right. Was that like during what's that guy's name?
I think Barack Obama, when he went there in 2016, was like for those, like, he negotiated that decision to be released, I think. But again, I could be making shit up. I don't know why I had that stuck in my brain.
Maybe
we'll find out when we do Barack Obama. Definitely from the 80s, yes. But we'll find that out when we look at Barack Obama.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is my absolute favorite fact. And I'm so happy that I found it, because I would have not lived if I had not known this. Coolidge pardoned a raccoon.
What for?
So, he was very fond of animals. He collected everything from cats to birds to lions, cubs, and he named a lot of them Tax Reduction and Budget Bureau was, like, their names they would give these animals. And for Thanksgiving in 1926, an admirer sent him a live raccoon with the suggestion that he should cook and eat and consume the raccoon as a family dinner for Thanksgiving.
Gee, thanks.
Yeah, Coolidge was a bit, like, nervous about killing and eating raccoon meat, so instead he pardoned the animal, and it became a kind of pet / friend of his wife's, and they ended up naming it Rebecca the raccoon.
Aww.
And it was very much undomesticated and just kind of, like, ran around the White House. Just a feral raccoon in the White House. Secret Service hated him, and the raccoon would, like, rip up furniture, and it would, like, speed to the White House. And then eventually they donated Rebecca the raccoon to the zoo in 1928.
Wonderful. Jeez.
Yep. So I just thought that was a fun little thing. Yeah.
I wonder if there's any pictures of Rebecca.
Rebecca the raccoon. Probably.
Oh, yeah?
Rebecca.
Oh, no, that's not a real raccoon. Oh, it is. Holy Oh, my God.
That's crazy.
What a lucky raccoon.
So silly.
That's so funny, yeah. It looks like it's like a feral raccoon, like it's like hissing during the photo.
Yeah. Yeah, you're getting a split second, and then 10 seconds after the photo, the raccoons run away. That's so funny.
Frothing from the mouth. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, not my fun facts. My world history time is all I've got left, unless you have any questions, comments, or concerns.
Here's a little newspaper clipping. It says Coolidge's raccoon slips out for night of gay carousing.
Oh.
Once again, Rebecca, pet raccoon of President Coolidge, slipped out of the White House grounds to enjoy a night of liberty.
But I love, too, it's like, how would you know it was your raccoon? I guess there's a collar on it, but, like,
could be any
maybe
raccoon.
the raccoon rotated. That's, like, the different raccoons would
All right, your turn
come
to
in
live
and out
in
of
the
the
White
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
That would be a fun movie. It's just a movie told from the perspective of the raccoon, and just do, like, 3D animated of this raccoon living it up.
Like
in the White House.
living a Garfield lifestyle.
Yeah. Eating lasagna.
Going down to the White House cook in the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So what you said, you had something else or no? You're out of.
I do. I just all I have is the world history stuff, which I always make.
Yeah, that'll fill the time.
1923, Time magazine is first published.
Wow. Did they have a Time Person of the Year in their first year? Rebecca the Raccoon.
I did not. Rebecca the Raccoon. No, but whenever the Great Depression hits, there's that picture of the woman.
Right.
There's the black and white photo.
With her
I know
hand
that
to her
one's the
mouth?
big one. Mm-hmm. That one's the big one. But we can look it up afterwards. See who's the Time 1923
Do you know that I was
I'm-
Time Person of the Year once?
I feel like you've told me this before. Is this a joke that I forgot?
No, I was.
Was it a different person? Wait, are you talking because you're Deep Throat?
No. Let me. I can't remember what year it was. I was 2006 Time Person of the Year.
Why do I think there's a loophole here?
No, there's no loophole.
What was the year again?
2006.
Time Magazine Person of the Year. I knew there was a loophole. You son of a bitch.
Hey, look, it's people
It's
who
you.
contribute to Wikipedia.
That's funny.
Oh, I forgot to mention you are as well.
Hey, the Time Person of the cover in 1923 is William Oberhart. No, that's the cover credit. Open image, new tab. I can't tell who it is. It's an old man, and it's his signature's next to it, but I don't recognize him.
It looks like Charles Lindbergh. Is that who you're talking about, sir?
No, I looked up 1923 Time magazine cover, and the person that's on the cover is like a sketch of a person, but I can't read their name.
I see. The first person of the year from Time was 1927, and it's Charles Lindbergh, who was the first
Oh, there you
solo
go.
transatlantic flight.
Yeah, so I was just looking at 1923, but they didn't do it until 27. So there you go.
Other notable people: Gandhi, FDR, Franklin. Oh wait, Franklin Roosevelt was a Time Person of the Year twice.
Whoa, big spender.
Hitler, Stalin, Winston
Yep.
Churchill, Franklin Roosevelt again. God damn. He was three times.
What a popular dude.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hitler, 1923, the beer hall Putschish,
The what?
an attempt to I don't know, it's P-U-T-S-C-H. Push. It's definitely a German word that I am messing up. Anyways, it was the attempt to overthrow the Weimar Republic.
Oh.
It ends in failure, and there is a brief imprisonment for Adolf Hitler, but that brings the Nazi Party to national attention, because I think that's when Adolf writes his Mein Kampf, and then, disaster is afoot. Yep.
Do you know that in the 1982 Time Person of the Year was the computer?
They deserve it. Soon they will be a person with AI.
They're really pushing the person, the whistleblower. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. 1924, the death of Vladimir Lenin triggers power struggle between Leon Trotsky and Joseph Stalin. 1925, Benito Mussolini delivers a speech to begin his dictatorship. 1925, Mein Kampf is published, so he's writing it in 1923, but doesn't publish it until the 25th. 1926, the National Broadcasting Company, NBC, is founded in New York City. 1927, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Ireland officially become the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Though then, not long, I think a few years later, Northern Ireland becomes their own country eventually, and that's also another little tidbit of world history.
Worms right there.
Ooh, mamma mia. 1927, Mount Rushmore construction begins in South Dakota, U.S.
Oh, cool.
1928, Steamboat Willie is the first appearance of Mickey Mouse.
Now in the public domain, finally, 100 years later.
Finally, now public domain. Bubble gum is invented
Wow, really?
in 1928, and then in 1929, the first Academy Awards is presented, the Oscars.
Cool. What do you think? What do you think the first people who tried bubblegum do? You like, wow, when does it swallow?
I think when does it swallow? I think they didn't. I think they chewed it like a couple times and then swallowed it, and then didn't realize that they shouldn't.
They choke.
And then, as my grandfather used to tell me, don't swallow your bubble gum because if you fart, your underwear will stick to your bum. That classic lie. Or don't eat watermelon seeds because then a watermelon tree is going to grow out of your ear.
Or don't eat orange seeds because it will kill you. That's what I always hear.
Yeah, exactly. Which is such a wild thing to say to a kid. My God. Nightmares.
Yeah, like what's the motive here? What's the
I guess
big
they're just...
deal?
I don't... Like, yeah, what's going to happen? They have a stomach ache? Like, whatever. Let them have a stomach ache.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's my time.
That's Calvin Coolidge, folks.
The haunted child of the Roaring Twenties.
Silent Cal. Next week, Herbert Hoover. Stick around for the Great Depression.
He is not my favorite president. I just want to put that out there.
He was bad, but he seems pretty mid, as the kids are saying.
He's just mid, yeah.
But he
did it.
He had a raccoon. He had a horse. He had a
The
mechanical horse.
raccoon was probably my favorite.
Raccoon.
Raccoon's my favorite.
Favorite president's pet.
Yeah.
Very fun.
And then I get to do a Roosevelt again.
Yeah, you're doing FDR. He's a pretty interesting guy from my.
Yeah.
We're kind of in an interesting time in history.
He kind of looks like my great grandfather, but I just don't know if because it's just an old photo and that's why.
Time person, 3 years not in a row, but in total.
Wow, FDR. I mean, when you've got a name, that's a three-letter initial.
You got 3 names, yeah. Franklin, Delano, Roosevelt.
Yeah. Do you know what's weird is there's a few names in a row, like, so starting with FDR, it's like Harry S. Truman, Dwight D. Eisenhower, John F. Kennedy, Lyndon B. Johnson. Like, everyone does, like, a letter.
Mm-hmm. And then, you know who stopped? Richard Nixon. Middle name, Milhouse. Richard Milhouse.
It's crazy how much of a cartoon, like, the cartoonists, or those, like, what are those called, when you, like the propaganda cartoons of, like, presidents.
Like Puck, yeah.
What's crazy is, like, they really do get his characterization. Like, he does just kind of look like a cartoon character to me, Nixon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's very caricaturable. Well, we're actually so close to being done here. How many do we got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 more to go.
Uh-huh.
Wow. We're almost 2/3 through them all.
Wow. I do are we going to get... No. We're not going to get to when is the election?
It'll be it'll be November. So it might
of this year, but going into next 2025 will be when they like have another president.
Yeah, like the beginning of the year. But we'll know who it will be
later.
By November.
Spooky.
So we can maybe time it so that we can maybe take some vacations so that we can finish up Joe Biden's presidency at least.
Take some vacations. I do think that when we get into, I mean, it depends on which ones. I feel like we're probably going to have to make a decision to maybe do a 2-parter.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Who am I?
It looks like it's going to be either Donald Trump or Joe Biden now, so we'll see how.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know. Isn't he convicted now?
Not
Trump?
Not yet, I don't think.
Not yet? Okay.
He's like going through the justice system. Then the other side is Genocide Joe Biden.
Genocide Joe Biden.
That's our 2 choices.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia. And by our choices,
how far we have fallen.
I mean America. I mean Time People of the Year, something.
Fuck yeah. Saving the world from the... Yeah. Well, on the bright side, this will be like our friendship message in a bottle.
Yeah, we'll be like, hey.
And once a year, every time a new president.
No,
no,
once every 4 years.
No, it's 4 years. Jeez.
Or maybe 8. Could be a decade.
Yikes. Well, maybe the world will end by then.
I mean, at this rate, who knows?
Well, thanks everybody. This is us signing off.
This is us signing off on an optimistic note.
Maybe Deep Throat would have edited all of this out, and this is all just a bonus track that you have to pay a fee for. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? We're not desperate for money, but we like it.
Yeah, I want some some stuff. Okay, bye.
Take care. Cha-ching.